My name is Oyemi Anthony. I'm the CEO of AOS Frozen Food, where we are right now. AOS Frozen Food is a company that deals on frozen protein like chicken, beef, goat meat, turkey, name it. AOS is there to be at your doorstep to give you that quality protein food you need. The journey so far has been good. It has been also rough, looking at the kind of business we do and the kind of power supply we have. So relating the business to the power supply we have, because the power supply is a major part of the business. Without power supply, you cannot actually run this business effectively. So, like the country we are, we know how the power situation is in our country. So, but by God's grace and by hard work and consistency, we'll be able to scale through to this day, and we are still scaling through. And some of the challenges of this business, like I already mentioned, one is the power supply. Another major challenge of the business is staffing. Getting good staff to help you manage your outlet is a challenge. Then another challenge also is getting a good spot, a good store where you can actually market your products. Another challenge also is getting quality products like quality chicken, quality turkey around the country. That is another challenge. A major challenge that is faced all other business, not as this one, is capital. Of course, the market is there, but getting the capital to make sure that you scale is another challenge. So those are some of the few challenges you are going to get when you venture into this kind of business. Okay, the challenge I had then was, as a young man who wanted to start a business, you know, there is this say that make research, go to Google that idea, Google the challenges. I guess that was what I did. I went to Google, I Googled a lot of things concerning the business. Then I felt I've known it. Okay, let me start. That was how I started. But there is difference between what you read online and what you actually face in the field when you now got into the business. So I was faced with the challenges I just stated out, like the power, manpower, getting good staff. So those were some of the challenges that pulled me out of the business then. And another challenge I had there was the time. Because the business, when you're starting a business, the founder need to give that business 18 to 20 hours of your time every day. That is the only way the business is going to scale. So I guess those were my challenges. That was why I shut it down then. But in 2018 to 2019, I started again. I started planning. I started going around for how do I fund the business, because it's been my should I say my passion. I love retail. I love chicken. I love providing service solutions. So I said, okay, let me go into this. I made research. I happened to work with a company that deal on it in 2020. I had that experience. So in 2021/2022, I said, okay, let me float my own store. That was how we started. And when we started, we also faced the same challenges. the major challenge, which is power. When I started, power was an issue. So I said, okay, how do I solve it? I went into research also, and I came to the conclusion that solar was the only way to solve the power issue, because like we know, the fuel price has skyrocketed, and you can no longer use petrol to run this kind of business with your gen. So solar is the only way to actually cut down the cost of power. So I decided to go for solar, which I currently used. That was how I was able to solve the major issue of the business, which also cut down my costs drastically to like cut out about 50% of my costs. So that was how I'll be able to stay in the business. And from time to time, we are still looking for innovation to cut down our costs. And that is where we are right now. Yeah, to go for the best product, most chicken processing plants, they process their live birds, and I was privileged to work with a processing plant, and from there I also got the experience of how they process and what I should look out for when I'm coming to buy this product from any processing plant. There are some quality I should look out for when I'm getting this product from processing plants. First of all, before I get any processing plant product, I will visit that processing plant. I will see how hygienic they are. I will look at the environment. I will actually experience their processing, how they process their chicken, their packaging, their cold room. I will inspect those things. Then, before I can now conclude, okay, I think they are doing the right thing, I can now get from such processing plants. So we don't just accept they bring to us, we buy. No, we inspect their facilities and we certify that their facility is okay, is hygienic for us to get our product. Then we actually go on to buy from them. So that is how we source for chicken. Then for frozen fish and the rest, we deal directly with importers. You know, like the mackerel, the horse mackerel, the croaker, they are all imported. So we have importers, dealers that we get these products from that are certified dealers, certified importers, and we also have various brands that we buy. We don't just go into the market to buy, okay, this is a mackerel, this is horse mackerel, but we have a particular brand we normally source for. Like we buy from a farm, a company called Pali Food. Now, when a chicken is processed, after a chicken is processed, you can actually know if that chicken died before processing or not. The way you will know is that there will be color change. There will be color change in that chicken. Also, if you check the fat part of the chicken, you will know that this chicken actually died before it was processed. And because of these concerns, that is why we actually focus on buying Pali food products, because we are sure of what we are getting from them. We are sure that their processing handling is perfect. We are sure that Pali food will never process a dead chicken or a chicken that is already far underweight for sale. So that is why we actually get most of our chicken, processed chicken, from Pali Food Limited, where we are sure that we are getting the best. Now, the second question is what amount of capital will you need to set up this kind of business? Well, my answer to that would be that it depends on your location. Some of your costs are going to depend on your location, where you are located. If I take my location, for example, and this setup here right now, to have a setup like this with your solar, with your tray fridge, with your bowl saw, cutting machine, with your scale, I will say maybe then plus your stocking, you want to stock your market to start fully, I will say you are going to go for at least minimum of 7.5 to 8 million naira to set up this setup properly and start running your store. Well, I will say there is no perfect environment to run business. All you need is be patient, do your research, do your feasibility studies, and make sure you have the knowledge. Make sure you have the technical know-how. Don't just go into the business because you see others. Maybe because you went to a store, you saw crowd, and you say, okay, let me go into it. Nigeria is a perfect environment for this. Looking at our population right now of over 200 and something million, everybody eat chicken, everybody eat fish. So it's a perfect environment to drive such business. And the only issue with this business as it concerns in Nigeria is the power. And thank God that today we have an alternative power source that can power, even a Tokubo fridge can be powered by solar, like the one I'm using currently. So if you want to go into the business, just take it and invest in the power to sustain that business. Once you can invest in power, you are good to go. Okay, my advice to the young ones that want to start business is there is always this idea that you don't need capital to start a business. That might be true to an extent, but for me, I believe you need capital to an extent to kick off, because if any investor wants to come into your business, they would want to see what you have on ground already. So my advice to anybody who wants to start a business right now is, like I said, make your research, have the knowledge, put all your data together. If you have fund, start before you try to bring in investors to invest with you. And secondly, my advice to those who want to start out there is nothing wrong in owing 10% of 100 million. If you owe a 10% of 100 million, I think it's better than if you owe 5 million as a whole. So bring on investors who are ready to invest, and be a trusted person to make sure that you manage the fund that is put in your possession well. Like I said, my name is Oyemi Anthony. I'm the founder of AOS Frozen Food.